How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be playing some of this Future Star event, some of the Future is Bright Part 2 event, and I wanted to kind of tell you about what's going on in my life. I wanted to kind of say thank you and talk a little bit about it for an entire video about the last couple of years of my life, how I got to this point, and really how I started YouTube in general. So honestly, about 4 years ago, I was really focused on real baseball. I mean, I was pursuing professional baseball. I was finishing up the last couple of years of my collegiate career. And honestly, even before that, how I got recruited for college baseball was through a recruitment video. I had a recruitment video made, and that video has been uploaded to the channel over time. I kind of edited some things together. I kind of made a montage video of my pitching highlights that I sent out to colleges that helped me get to my four-year university. So basically, I'll start in 2016. I finished up my collegiate career. I won Player of the Year for that league. We won the national championship in a small league. I went to the College of St. Joseph, and that school's actually closed down. I went to a small school in Vermont, and I can talk about it now. I mean, I'm not currently there. I was staying on campus for a couple years and really just focused on my academics as well as baseball. My scholarship was mainly about community service. It was community service driven, and we had to complete a certain amount of hours in community service in order to earn the scholarship money. And then once I graduated with my bachelor's degree, once I completed my four-year degree, I wanted to pursue my master's degree. So before doing that, I pursued professional baseball. I tried out for Cincinnati Reds. I did not make it. They didn't draft me. I tried out for a couple independent leagues and realized that that wasn't the path I was looking to go. I wanted to go back to school to pursue my master's degree. So fast forward a couple years, I am in 2018 now, 2017, 2018 time frame. I am working on my master's program. Let's just talk about it like it's in the present. So at that time, I was starting up my YouTube channel. I actually had a college course. It was an elective course, a media and crime driven course, and that was what it was called. We focused on watching films. We focused on critiquing and analyzing certain films in certain eras, talking about how they were created, and a little bit of background story, some research behind some of those films, and how a lot of films today pay homage to some of those films. The teacher was very intriguing in the sense that we talked a lot about different things that wouldn't necessarily be talked about in your typical college course. One of our assignments was to complete a YouTube video or create a YouTube video and actually post it as a public video or a private video. So that's how I actually posted my first YouTube video. I posted it to this channel, which was, you know, just my name back then, and it was actually for a homework assignment, a project that we had to make. So we filmed that crime. It was a murder that was actually a comical movie, and it was really funny because none of us knew what we were doing, but we just filmed it with our phone and uploaded it that way. Anyway, why I'm talking about this is because that's how I started to learn about YouTube. Once I realized how easy it was to create YouTube videos off of your phone, I started to think about how I could implement that into something that I was doing. So I stopped playing baseball. I started to play the video game a lot more. Baseball video games are always something I was interested in, but I really didn't start playing until MLB The Show 17. MLB The Show 18 was the first year I really started uploading content. So with that being said, I was working as a graduate assistant. I was working as a public safety officer for that school in order to earn my master's degree in special education. I spent about 2 years, from 2016 to about 2018, just simply researching how to create videos, what to do. There's a lot of stuff that goes into YouTube with tags and descriptions, and I didn't even know how to make a thumbnail, didn't know how to make a video at all, really. I just played the game for fun, and I did a lot of research, studied a lot of different games, a lot of different content creators, what they were doing. I wanted to be unique, and I like to be that way. I like to do my own things. As you can see, I mean, I'm doing a post commentary. I'm talking about my life, and a lot of other people don't really do that. But I like to be unique in that sense. I wanted to see what everyone else is doing. Anyway, so I'm working as a public safety officer, and I was also, working on my practicum, which is practice for student teaching. I had to complete about 60 hours of in-classroom experience at various levels too. So I had to apply for this position. I mean, I had to get a criminal background check and different things, so that way I could, help out in a school. They made sure that I had a clean record and all that good stuff. So with that being said, I was able to practice as a teacher for one semester starting out. I was also playing this game. I was making YouTube videos. I was streaming a lot. That was when I had a lot more time, because I was doing that 2 or 3 days a week for a couple of hours to get those hours logged. I was also going to class at night, and I had a lot more time during the middle of the day when I had a couple days off. When I wasn't going to class, when I wasn't teaching, when I was kind of just enjoying my free time, I would play the game for content, grind those immortals, as you may remember. For those of you that are new, you might not know what I'm talking about, but that's all right. I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of a background story. So where I was kind of going with that is I was working as a public safety officer on the weekends for about 30 hours a week. And throughout this entire process, throughout 2018, for the majority of the year, I didn't have a car. I mean, I was in Vermont. I'm from Arizona. I went there on a plane. I had my coach pick me up from the airport, drive me to the school, and I pretty much just stayed on campus, and then eventually moved out into an apartment that was just off campus for that master's program. So this whole time I was walking 3 miles a day, walking to get food, walking to the grocery store 30 minutes, on the railroad tracks, down through the forest, in the snow, trash bags on my feet. Anyway, where I'm going with all this is eventually, with the grind of YouTube and Twitch and all that good stuff, with the support of each and every one of you guys, I was able to grind out content while working my public safety job, while going to school, while working that job, in order to earn my master's degree in special education so that I could become a teacher. And a master's degree is really expensive, so there's no way I would have been able to afford it, or I didn't really want to tack on any more student loans with the loans I already have. So luckily I was able to earn that as a job and kind of work towards it and earn it for free, really. Essentially, in the long run, I was also building up my YouTube channel, building up the support of you all, and saving up my money so that way I could buy a cheap car. And I did kind of tweet out a little bit about this. Jacob also asked me to make this video and talk a little bit about this experience. So I wanted to go in a little bit more detail. So I had my academic advisor who knew I was walking and doing all these things. I explained to him what was going on, and I really asked him just simply for his help in order to find a good car. Not only that, but to actually take me to the dealership and help me with the purchase. So that was very nice of him to do so. I mean, I didn't have really anybody else that I could have help me with that situation. I mean, my sister helped me out in terms of finding the car. I did a lot of research in finding a car, but whenever you buy a car on the East Coast, there is a rust factor involved. So with the snow, with the way the roads are and how it's stored, you might buy a car that won't really last that long. So I needed a car so that way I could finish off my student teaching, so that way I wouldn't have to walk. And then I also needed a car so that way I could drive home with all my stuff that I kind of brought with me over the few plane tickets that I took out there. So that was a big help. I mean, I was able to buy that car. I was able to finish my student teaching. And now the reason why I'm talking about this all now is because I recently sold that car. I sold that car today, and it's a good thing, but it's also kind of sad at the same time, because I have a lot of memories with that car. Even though it's a cheap car, it's not really worth that much. It's pretty much a piece of crap. It still has a lot of sentimental value because of the memories I have, because of how hard I worked for that car, and the fact that you all helped me in that. So I wanted to say thank you all for your support. I can never say that enough, and I really do want you to understand how much I appreciate all the support, and just being able to play video games, and you guys watch the videos. And when I was live streaming quite a bit, when I was going through all this, you guys were there, and I had some interaction that way. It was a nice way to kind of get away from all the hard work that I was doing. But now, I mean, I'm still working extremely hard. I'm never going to stop working hard. I have now, recently bought a new car, tweeted out some pictures about it, and also solidified my job as a teacher a little bit further. I signed another contract for the next year. So I'm kind of, making my way in life, and I want to say thank you all. I never would be doing this if it wasn't for some of those events, though, and for some of the things that I stumbled across and made the most out of those opportunities. So thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully I explained everything pretty well and you're able to follow all that. There was a lot. So peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.